Hey guys, Inventor719 here, and quickly before we start the video, I'd like to say that this project was actually a very highly recommended build that I read on the comments of my video. A lot of you guys wanted to see this. Now, I just want to say this because I do read a lot of your guys' comments. Obviously, as my channel gets bigger, it gets tougher, but if you haven't noticed, I do reply to a lot of you guys. So, thank you for all the support, and I was wondering if you wouldn't mind supporting me. I do have an Instagram page. It's obviously not as big as my YouTube channel, but go give it a follow. It's obviously just Inventor719. And behind me here you can see the setup of my video. There it is, the university setup with my 3-point lighting, the best I could do. If you want more behind the scenes, go check out my Instagram channel. But for now, let's get to the video. So in today's video we are going to be making a gas-powered airsoft sniper rifle. Highly requested project, as I said. What you will need for this is a pen tube. Here I have one already cut up. You'll need a larger diameter marker tube, an X-Acto knife, small screwdriver, scissors, electrical tape. Over here you have the bag of airsoft BBs. You will need one lighter. I have a small and a large one. We're going to use a large one today. Small one would work though. And over here, this is actually my combustible gas pistol. Now, to see how to make this, please check out the link up here. This is required for today's video. Very simple to make though. And the last thing you'll need is optional. I have a dollar store toy gun to use for parts and styling. Now, to try and keep this video quick, I've done a lot of the assembly off camera, and I'm going to just show you putting it together on the screen to save some time. If you guys don't like this style, let me know what you'd prefer. But anyway, here is my internal combustion pistol, is what I called it. Basically, it's just a syringe on a lighter. Again, go check out the video. It is a really cool video, and it shows you an exact step-by-step of how to make it, if you can't tell just by looking at it. Now, in that video, I shot Nerf bullets off the big diameter tubing at the end here. But since this is an airsoft gun, what has to be done is take your tube from an old pen. And so the first step is this right here. Cut it to about 2 inches long. And then on the end, use your scissors. Create 2 notches. I'll try and focus for you here. And then by pushing the notches in, as you can see, you'll make an obstruction in the barrel, which prevents any BBs from rolling through backwards. Then the second step is to use your electrical tape and wrap it around enough times to make a perfect seal so that you can slide it in the end of the tube just like this, and it fits perfectly. To double check if you have done it correctly with your new tube in the barrel, simply take a 6mm airsoft BB, drop it in the tube, should be a perfect fit, but when you tilt it backwards it should not fall into the chamber. As you can see, it is still in the gun. If I tip it forwards, it will come out of the barrel. Now, to modify the original cylinder or syringe, take your lighter. I'm going to heat up the tip of this small pointed end screwdriver, as you see here. Then once it's nice and hot, at the very back, as you can see, I've already made the hole. Simply take the screwdriver and push it in, melting away the plastic. And what that allows us to do is when we pull the plunger back, we will have a port to insert gas from our lighter before closing it off. And as you can see, it doesn't matter anymore because it is behind the plunger. When the ignition happens, that is not a leaking spot. Next, we're going to use your marker that we talked about earlier. So here's the original marker. Then after taking out the ink and removing the cap, you will be left with a tube bigger than the one of the pen, which hopefully you can get to slide nicely over the tip of the pen, nice and snug so it stays just like that for appearances and for loading purposes. This next step here is optional, but as my fans wanted me to make a sniper rifle, I think I'm going to do it for sure. Here's my dollar store toy gun. This is obviously model dependent, but on this gun you can actually remove the butt of the gun, which is this stock piece right here. So to do that on this one, you literally, no screws or anything, just peel it off till you get back here. Do that on the other side, and you should be able to just simply remove the brown part from the black part. Just like that. And now, as you can see, there's little nubbins on the end, which used to stick into the holes on the gun. I'm going to go ahead and cut those off, put some hot glue around the inside, and connect it on my lighter, just like that. Now that the butt of the gun is connected, as you can see, it's starting to look more like a sniper rifle. The last step is to do the gas. So here I have my gigantic lighter. Just got this one from a dollar store if you were wondering. And then all you do is simply take off the metal piece. There was just 2 screws and then pry it off. We don't need that for this project. And then this piece of tubing here actually came off of this lighter. You can see in my other video where it comes from. If not, you can find one on any barbecue lighter, or actually just a piece of tubing that is the proper size would work. And then as you can see, there's a rubber connector on the end. And I'm going to try my best to focus for you guys. You can see at the tip of my lighter where the gas comes out. When you push this button, it pulls up on that thing. That's where gas comes out. So all you have to do is slip the rubber connector over the end of that, as you see here. And then if you didn't guess already, the other end of the tube goes into that hole we made in the syringe. Then you can mount this with some hot glue wherever you want. I'm probably going to mount it right about there on the side of the gun. Alright, so there it is, the completed sniper rifle. I just simply hot glued underneath the lighter to attach the lighter. There's the hose going up into the cylinder. To attach to the cylinder, I put a daub of glue right beside the hole. Then once it's almost cool, just so you don't melt the hose, stick it in, press it down, and you can allow for a little bit of hose to be sticking in the tube, but not too much, or else when you pull back the syringe you won't be able to go past it. As you can see, mine's pretty tight as it is, but it does make it past. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to the shooting tests. Alright, so here we go with the shooting test. First I will show you how to properly load and fire the gun. So, to load it, obviously take off the front half of the barrel, just like that. To expose the pen tube inside, take your one airsoft BB, put it in the pen tube, and put the bigger one over top, just like that. Mostly for aesthetics, but I think it looks cool. It's not the most efficient way either, but it does work. Then, pull back the syringe plunger, I guess you might call it, to just past the air inlet, or the gas inlet, sorry. Then you want to go ahead and hold down the button for about 3 seconds. That should be fine, just like that. Then quickly push the plunger past the gas, so now the gas is trapped in here. Compress the gas a little bit to 30 or so, and then we are ready to fire. Here we go. Here we go with the first test shot, firing at the card on the right in 3, 2, 1. More gas. Alright, so for this test I added a little more gas for more power. Here we go, on the right, firing in 3, 2, 1. So that's what happens when you add too much gas. Take out the plunger, light it, and then when it goes like that, you know you added too much gas. Here we go, test shot number 2, firing in 3, 2, 1. So I did hit the card, but not quite as much power. Let's go ahead and try again. Here we go with the next shooting test. Quick little bleep of gas I found works the best. Then really quickly push the plunger forward. And here we go, firing. Miss, but very powerful. Here we go, the next shooting test, firing in 3, 2, 1. That was very powerful, but it missed. Here we go with the next shooting test, firing in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so there was a few shooting tests. Some were super powerful, but I missed, and others were less powerful, but I hit the thing. So the key is really the perfect amount of fuel. As you can see, if I hold it down for a few seconds, take the tube out, close it up, pull the trigger. That time it didn't quite fire, so I must have had the wrong type of fuel. It takes a bit of playing around with. Sometimes you got to go back and forth to mix the air ratio. There goes the fire. See, that's all it took. Anyway, bit of playing around with, but hopefully you guys saw how powerful it was with some of those few shots. And it is really cool that the fuel tank's right on the side of it, and the ignition mechanism is an actual trigger, and it fires airsoft BBs, which is pretty fun. But anyway, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe.